ponte a jugar. One, two, three, four. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Baby, you can get it, we can play.
Welcome to Regally Classes. My name is Sanjay Mishra. I'm going to teach you mathematics. This is for class 10 students, algebra, linear equations, and the method of elimination will be covered in this video. Alongside mathematics, we will also cover coding with Python. Python is a language which is very popular and extensively used by a lot of people, a lot of companies. Therefore, we are going to teach you basics in Python using your mathematics. So let us begin. What is a linear equation? Linear equation is an equation where power of variable is 1. Equations are having variables and constants. For example, 4x is equal to 10 is an equation a single variable with power of x equal to 1. 2x plus 3y is equal to 5. Here power of x is 1, y is 1, and therefore there are two variables. So it's a linear equation in two variables. 3x plus 5y plus 6z is equal to 56. Here there are three variables, each having power 1. So here linear equation with one variable is explained, and you have studied this in your previous class. General form of this equation is ax is equal to b, where a and b are real numbers. A is a non-zero number. We are going to focus on linear equations of two variables. Typical general form is a1x plus b1y is equal to c1, a2x plus b2y is equal to c2, where a1, b1, a2, b2, c1, c2 are real numbers. These variables, they follow certain properties, and if a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2, then the two equations are not independent, they are similar and they have infinite solutions. If a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 but not equal to c1 by b2, then these equations are not consistent and they are called inconsistent equations. If a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2, then the equations are independent and they have solutions. Now we will look at solutions of equations by method of elimination. This entire video will cover only elimination. There are about 20 to 25 problems covered here. The best way for you is to stop at a certain problem, that is, hold the video at that point. Write down the problem in your notebook, solve them, first looking at the video, then you can do it independently and check the solution whether it's correct or not. This is the best way to learn mathematics. Let us start with the first problem. 7x plus 3y is equal to 15 and 2x minus 3y is equal to 12. Now here, coefficient of y in first equation is plus 3, second equation is minus 3, so it's very easy to eliminate y. Method of elimination means you eliminate one of the variables, either x or y. So if you add these two equations, 9x is equal to 27, x is equal to 3. Now place x is equal to 3 in equation 1. 7 into 3 plus 3y is equal to 15. 3y is equal to 15 minus 21. 3y is equal to minus 6. Y is equal to minus 6 by 3. Y is equal to minus 2, because 3 2s are 6. So answer xyz is equal to 3 comma minus 2. Now place this values xy in equation 2 to verify whether it's correct. 2 into 3 minus 3 into minus 2, go to 6 plus 6 equal to 12 is equal to right hand side. why place xy in equation 2? Because we have used equation 1 to get the value of y. So there is no point in verifying using equation 1 because we have obtained the values using equation 1. So it should verify with equation 2. Next problem. Here you can see the coefficient of y is 3 in equation 1. Coefficient of y is 5 in equation 2. So what we do is we multiply equation 1 by 5 and equation 2 by 3. Now subtract equation 4 from equation 3. So you get x is equal to 2. So now placing x in equation 1, you can see you can get y is equal to 1. So answer is xy set is 2, 1. Verify your answer by placing xy in equation 2. You can see left hand side is equal to right hand side and therefore your answer is correct. Look at this equation. You can see that coefficient of x is minus 2 in first equation. Second equation it is plus 2. So you can easily eliminate x. That's what we have done. And we got y is equal to 1. Now place y is equal to 1 in equation 1 and you can get x is equal to minus 3. Answer is minus 3, 1. Verify your answer, place xy in equation 2 and you can see that your answer is correct. This equation is again like first, this problem is like again first problem. You have minus 3 as a coefficient of y and plus 3 as coefficient of y in second equation, minus 3 in first equation. If you add these two equations, you eliminate y and you can get x. Now place x is equal to 3 in equation 1 and you can get y is equal to 1. Answer is xy, 3 is 3, 1. Verification, place xy in equation 2 and you can see that left hand side is equal to right hand side. In this equation, coefficient of equation x in first equation is 1. Second equation, the coefficient is 2. So we retain the second equation and multiply first equation by 2. So you get 2x plus 4y is equal to 8. Now subtracting the two equations, 7y is equal to 21 and y is equal to 21 by 7, y is equal to 3. Place y in equation 1 and you get the value of x. Verification, takes y in equation 2 and get left hand side. If you find it is fast, you can hold the video and do the problem independently. Then see the problem here, verify your method, verify your calculation and check whether you're right. Now we are going to take a pause on the mathematics side and we are going to move to coding. Coding requires a PC. So if you don't have a PC, you can skip that part and go to mathematics part, which is after few slides. So you can just move the video and go to the mathematics part if you don't have a PC and you don't want to learn coding. So we are going to do coding with Python. Python is a freely available software. You can download Python from go to Google, go to Python download, and there you can take Python 3.8.5, which is one of the latest versions, and you can download 3.8.5 by clicking Python 3.8.5. You will get something like this, and you can select Windows, go for installer, 64-bit installer or a 32-bit installer as per your computer system. 3.8.5 is a 64-bit. You can choose earlier version if you have 32-bit computer. Now Python is a program independent interpreter. What you can also write the program in simple notebook and run it in Python. But best way to run Python is through what is called IDE, Integrated Development Environment. One of the integrated development environment is Anaconda. Anaconda consists of several such programs which help you to run Python. I use Spider, which is very easy to use. If you go and see Spider, it says launch because I have already installed, so therefore it gives launch as the next thing. If you have not installed Spider, there will be install button. You can press the install button and install Spider. After installing, you can go to launch button and launch Spider. Spider looks like this. Spider interface looks like this. On the left side, you have complete program environment where you can write your program, write your code. On the right side, we have two parts. One is a console part, the second is a variable part, variable display part. The upper part shows variables which you use, and the lower part shows the results on console. It's a console. You can even input data as per your program requirement, or you can get output when you run the program. In this program, see, I have put print and inverted commas. Hello, my name is Sanjay. Anything you put in inverted commas is treated as a string. String is something which is an alphabetic this element, and it appears as it is entered within the two quotes. It can be entered in two single quotes, it can be entered into two double quotes. So that is why when I run this program, you can see the result. It says hello, my name is Sanjay. If you see in the console, look at the console and see, you can see the result. Same as print, welcome to online classes of Regal E-classes, and you can see the result printed as it is. I have also now given a small simple program using integers. The name of the program is called integers.py. You can go to file section and save the program after you write the program. Here x is equal to 234, y is 123, and you can print inverted commas. I have put sum, which will appear as it is on the console, and we have given x plus y, so it will carry out the calculation x plus y and display the value, which you can see here. Normally when you write a program, you really don't hard code the values. That means in the variables you don't write the values, rather you input through console, and that is what is the second part of it. Anything you write within 3 inverted commas is treated as a comment. It's always good to write comments in the program so that when you read a program later, you will know what you have done. Or if somebody else is reading the program, he would know what you had written in the program. Now in this case, we have input the value of number, first number, and stored this as x. In this you can see input is within two brackets inverted commas we have written the prompt. This is called prompt enter first number. So this will prompt you to enter the number, and that input after input is converted into integer. Normally otherwise this x will be stored as string, it will not be integer. So once you write this integer int, it converts the string into integer. Similarly y is equal to int input second number, enter second number. Now print the sum as like we did earlier, and dividend we are writing as integer x slash y, so that we don't have to, it converts that into integer instead of fraction. And for remainder you can see it's a special character percentage. When you say percentage, it gives you the remainder of division between x and y. Run the program, go to run command. There in the menu, you can run the program, you can see the results, what you have got here. So you can see the writing code is fairly simple, very straightforward, but you have to write code exactly the way it is written, otherwise there can be syntax error. As we move forward, we will see the syntax for various operations, and that is how you learn Python. Now after this Python part, we come to the problems. Again it will be method of elimination, different problems. You can go through the problem. Method is very similar. You see the coefficient, try to eliminate by having same coefficient in the two equations. Eliminate the coefficient variable and get the value of the other variable. Replace the variable this, and we can get the solution. We have given large number of problems so that you can practice a lot, and practice is what makes you perfect in mathematics. Once you practice a lot, you can never go wrong, because your mind will be trained to pay attention to each and every number, each and every operation what you do, and you don't make any mistake in the calculation. See this problem here again, coefficient of y -2 in first equation, +2 in second equation. So you can eliminate y, get the value of x, place x in equation 1, get the value of y, and verify by placing x and y in equation 2. Similarly, another problem, again here coefficient of y is 3 plus 3 both. You can just subtract, eliminate y, and get value of x. Verify by substituting x and y in equation 2. In this equation you can see that a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, but not equal to c1 by 2. So the equations are not consistent. Back to coding with Python. Here we are going to code Python. Let me explain what is pseudocode. Pseudocode is a code we write in plain English, but use computer logic. So that but here we don't follow any syntax of any computer language, but we write in certain logical form. The idea is that we can convert that into computer syntax from pseudocode very easily. So we generate a generic code then which can be used multiple times after writing the program. For example, in this program we are writing A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. They are all like inputs. and we have also printed them so that we know we can verify whether those values are correct. Then we check for consistency. Right, Z1 is A1 by A2, Z2 is B1 by B2, and Z3 is C1 by C2. If Z1 here is equal to Z2, you can see we have put 2 equal to sign. So Z1 equal to Z2, when we say it is an assignment statement, that means value of Z2 is put in place of Z1. But when we are checking whether these two are equal, then we have to put 2 equal to sign. So the computer knows that we are checking whether these two variables are equal. They don't have, means it doesn't have to replace Z1 with Z2. So if Z1 is equal to Z2 and Z2 is equal to Z3, then print infinite solutions. Now, if we want only else, then we write else. But if we want two statements, then we say else if. It's called ELIF. Now note that after if statement there is a colon. After else if there is a colon. If you don't write colon, there will be a syntax error. So you have to note down very carefully that when you write an if statement, there has to be a colon. And it will automatically indent, means it is moving print, not in line with if statement. It is moving inside. That is called indentation. So it indents the print statement. So the computer or the Python interpreter knows that print is a part of this if statement. So this entire block, anything written below the print in the same indentation, will be part of if block. Now we go to else if Z1 is equal to, whether checks whether Z1 is equal to Z2, is Z1 equal to Z2, then print equations are inconsistent. That means only Z1 is equal to Z2, but Z2 is not equal to Z3. Else X is equal to this, we have derived that equation. Y is equal to X, we have derived by eliminating Y. Y we have derived, which I showed you in pseudocode. We get Y, and then print answer is integer X and integer Y. The reason we have put integer X and integer Y is because we want integer value as the answer. We don't want in decimal, like 5.0 or 8.0. We want 5 and 8 as the answer, which you can see on the right hand side. Right hand side upper portion shows all the variables, names of the variables, their values. Lower side is a console which gives the results. Here value of variable appears because we have given print statement. If we have not given print statement, these variable values will not appear here. It will directly go to this 2, 3, 34, that is the answer. A1 equal to, these are inputs. We have given inputs, that is why it will ask for input and you have to input the values. Now we move to solution of equations using method of elimination. You can see, go through it. It is a very similar approach. You have to eliminate the variable and get the answer xy. Best way is sit down, take your notebook, write this problem, solve yourself first, then come back and see whether the answer is correct. Similar problem with different numbers. Again, method.